Hello and welcome to Rory on Air. It's a grey, overcast Monday morning in Manchester, but I've been keeping a close eye on the forecasts over the weekend, and despite a front creating wet and cloudy conditions in the Midlands, the northwest of England is expected to remain clear. So I'm off to the airfield.
In he gets.
Sorry.
Bit of right rudder.
I love how quickly it gets.
It's so quick.
Brilliant.
Joining me in the cockpit is my good friend and BBC colleague James. I first took him up about a year ago for a short local flight in Oscar Alpha, but today I'm flying him home to his mother country of Wales. He's actually from Cardiff, but that's a bit far, so we're going to beautiful Caernarfon, where I'm looking forward to blue skies, sunshine and a good cuppa. I can see the hills and I can see that massive jet up high. I think we'll go down the low level and we'll have a butcher's. Golf Oscar Alpha departing the circuit to the southwest and changing to Manchester radar on 118.575. Golf Oscar Alpha squawk 7000, see you later. Squawk 7000, speak to you later, Golf Oscar Alpha. So, just watch your maps blowing in the camera view. It's a 3D production, Jimmy, you know.
Who'd have thought since I last come on the plane I've done a year in TV?
Yeah, so you have.
Yeah.
How was that?
Still don't know how to use a camera.
To keep the cockpit vents open slightly just to air the smell of booze.
So we were sat in the terminal last night of yesterday, late afternoon, evening, coming home. And I thought, oh, we've got loads of time.
Yeah.
So I have a pint. We'd been on a session all weekend, basically. Oh, we've got loads of time. Have a pint. They're calling the flight, but they always do that early. Anyway, eventually strolled down to the gate, and I thought, God, this flight's going to be empty. There's nobody on it. Nobody queuing up. I said, quiet flight, is it? And they said, no, just waiting on 2 passengers. You two.
Unbelievable.
I thought I had loads of time.
But shocking, James. I'd be embarrassed to be you.
Is it totally up to you, weather-wise, whether you fly then?
It is up to me, basically. It's my responsibility to check the weather, which is why I was all over it yesterday, last night, at 7:30 this morning. I'm reading all the TAFs and METARs. So I'm going to now squawk VFR and I'm going to change to hard. We'll listen out on their frequency and then we'll call this. This is just butter smooth, mate. I'm completely hands off.
I thought last time was smooth, but this is something else.
Hard radar, good morning, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request zone transit and basic service.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, hard radar, good morning, pass your message.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha is a Eurostar Microlight from Manchester Bark to Caernarfon, currently Beeston Castle, altitude 1,600 feet on the QNH 1014, 2 POV VFR.
Golf Oscar Alpha, hard and QNH 1014, basic service, squawk 0430.
QNH 1014, basic service, squawk 0430. If possible, we'd like to route... Harden gave us the clearance to transit through their overhead, and we continued on our planned track towards Flint Bridge and along the south side of the Dee estuary, with an ever-increasing patch of blue sky ahead of us. This is going to be stunning around the coast, mate. I can feel it in my
nippers. It will be.
Look how blue it is over there.
It'll be nice. How long have you had your licence for?
So, I got the licence in about August of last year, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I've had it a year and a bit.
And you still love it? Yeah.
Oh, I love it every bit as much as I did when I first got it. In fact,
great.
I love it more now, actually, because I feel more confident and I'm able to do more stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably Snowdon, that big peak there with the clouds at the top of it.
Yeah. So you can I've seen your photos. Yeah, you can pass that last time.
Your mic's gone awry again.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah.
Only want to think this guy works in radio, wouldn't you? Imagine if we called up Real Radio and asked them if we were the Real Radio Renegade. Where are you? I'm in an aeroplane.
I used to love working on that. We had some laughs.
What was the sort of most crazy thing you got up to?
We basically brought a town to a standstill because each time the Renegade would go out, you'd say, if you find him, you'll get $2,000, or you'll get $3,000. And we had an overall budget for the month-long promotion.
Yeah.
And one day we decided to go mad, and I think we said, if you find him in the next hour, you'll get $15,000.
Wow.
And if somebody had found him, it would have taken the entire budget that we had left. And I just kind of sat in a coffee shop in the area that he was likely to be and just watched an entire town come to a stand. People abandoning their cars. It was brilliant. I've got a video of it somewhere. Absolutely brilliant.
This is just an absolute beezer, mate.
Yeah, picked a good day for this.
We're outside controlled airspace here, so I'm going to stick a climb in.
If you're outside of controlled airspace, what can you do? You can go anywhere between what kind of altitudes?
You can go pretty high, and we can do fun stuff like fly above clouds, which you don't get to do very often.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what it's all about.
Lovely.
This is what all the hours of reading textbooks and faffing about with exams is all about.
So I think this is this Prestatin?
That, you're right, that is Prestatin,
yeah.
That'll be real here.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this.
Lovely.
I mean, literally hands off.
And the other side of that is Llandudno, isn't it?
That's Llandudno, that's Great Orb's Head.
Yeah.
I'm going to squat VFR. Change to 125.225. Valley Radar and ask for a basic service.
The Valley Radar, good morning, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request basic service.
I couldn't hear a response from Valley Radar despite being confident that our radio was working correctly, so we continued on our course along the North Wales coast while maintaining a listening watch on their frequency.
Valley Radar, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request basic service. Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha is a Eurostar Microlight from Bart to Caernarfon, currently 2 miles east of Colwyn Bay, altitude 3,200 feet on the QNH 1014, 2 POB. Golf Oscar Alpha, basic service. Golf Oscar Alpha, basic service 1019, QNH. Golf Oscar Alpha, Holyhead, pressure 100. 1009, pressure for Holyhead, Golf Oscar Alpha, basic service.
It was very crackly on the radio, I couldn't quite hear whether he gave me a squawk code or not.
Where was that? What tower was that?
Valley Radar, who are based over there,
right.
RAF Valley.
It was such a lovely day, and this part of North Wales is so beautiful I just couldn't resist a few turns to have a better look.
Surprised it's so bad, the radio.
Yeah. Didn't agree with it.
Alpha, concentration about town, requested flight above 1,000 feet on the Holyhead. Golf Oscar Alpha, say again please, the frequency is very difficult to hear you. Golf Oscar.
It sounded like the controller was trying to respond to me and then it cut off. I should have been poised to give them readability 1 or possibly readability 2, but I haven't had to do this before, so in the heat of the moment I reverted to plain English.
Golf Oscar Alpha, Valley Radar. Golf Oscar Alpha, Valley Radar. Apologies, the radio is quite crackly. I can't work out whether you're trying to communicate with me. Golf Oscar Alpha 8, make it transit the straight, requested flight not above altitude 1,500 feet. Not above altitude 1,500 feet as we transit the straight, Golf Oscar Alpha.
So we're going to descend here then. Why it was so crackly,
Yeah,
Very
strange.
difficult to make hide nor hair of it. Because it works on a line of sight basis, and they're only just over there. And it's crystal clear, so I'm surprised if it's atmospheric conditions.
You get that very often?
No, that's the worst I've had it. Look at the mist up there in the
Oh
valley.
yeah, it's lovely. Look at that.
Just great, isn't it?
Yeah. So how high is the peak of Snowdon, do you know? I can't remember what it is.
About 3,500.
Yeah.
A useful learning experience for me here and an opportunity to brush up on my knowledge of the readability scale. Interestingly, the radio issue cropped up again for myself and some other pilots as we were leaving Caernarfon, so there'll be more on that in my next video.
One of the reasons why I love this trip is because you've got the contrast between the water and the green.
Yeah.
And you've got low-lying ground and high ground.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just a really sort of attractive view as a result of that.
Especially on a day like this.
Yeah. This is Penryn Castle here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that looks splendid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oscar Alpha, 5 miles northeast of Caernarfon, altitude 1,100 feet. Request frequency change to Caernarfon radio 122.250. Oscar Alpha, free call Caernarfon today. Free call Caernarfon, many thanks, Golf Oscar Alpha. Caernarfon radio, good morning, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request join.
Golf Oscar Roger, good morning again. Caernarfon is using 07 left hand, QFE 1013. No reported traffic.
Using 07 with the circuit left hand and QFE 1013, Golf Oscar Alpha.
It's actually cleared that cloud above the mountain. You know, we might be able to go.
Yeah.
We might be able to at least go up and have a butcher's, or we might go along the coast a bit. We'll see how we get on at the CAF and the museum and what have you. If there's nobody in the circuit, I'm going to join downwind for 07 rather than climbing into the overhead and doing a dead side descent.
Which direction is the airport in?
Just up ahead. So can you see the two wind farms on the coast,
yeah.
or wind generators? It's there basically.
Okay.
Those two wind generators, believe it or not, are right on the side of one of the runways.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, of all the places.
Golf Oscar Alpha, Caernarfon, altitude 1,300 feet. We're going to descend and join downwind for runway 07.
Golf Roger.
So their circuit height here at Caernarfon is 800 feet. So we'll just come down to that. You can see the runway we're going to use here. There's a caravan park at this end of the runway.
So you're basically going to turn right and...
We're going to fly parallel to the runway out to sea, and then turn left and come back in that way. So our fourth checks, fuel is sufficient for go around. Our altimeter is set to QFE 1013. Engine T's and P's are in the green. Hatches and harnesses nice and tight. Traffic none visual and none reported.
Golf Oscar Alpha, downwind for 07.
Golf Roger.
Those are flaps. Bit high, so we'll have two.
Golf Oscar Alpha, final to land 07.
Golf Roger, surface wind 03012 knots.
Landing Golf Oscar Alpha.
Bit off the centre line, but that'll do.
Oscar Alpha, you request filter?
Negative, Golf Oscar Alpha.
Yes, thank you. If you can go all the way to the end, vacate right, and you can park on stand 6 opposite the tower.
All the way to the end and stand 6 opposite the tower, Golf Oscar Alpha.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Well, welcome to Caernarfon.
That was a lovely trip down, I have to say.
A bit less bumpy than Sleazy Jet. Excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, I can see why it's one of your favourite trips down here. It's lovely. Very strange place to put those.
I know. Of all the empty fields in all the world, I know what we'll do. We'll stick a bloody wind turbine right next to a runway.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is good. Tastes like curry. Coming up on the next episode of Rory on Air, James and I check out the Aviation Museum.
Blimey, I can see why the RAF didn't let me join my legs.
We get up close and personal with a Royal Navy Merlin, enjoy cloud-topping views of Snowdon and silky smooth conditions on our way home, and
Golf Oscar Alpha, Eurostar transits Liverpool's control zone, direct Barton, not above altitude 1,500 feet.
please do subscribe, leave a comment and share this video on social media. It all helps and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, cheerio.